We're at Pearl River Resort here in Philadelphia, Mississippi, ready to talk some Alabama football. That's Jake Coker. I'm Mick Gillispie. Time for Elephant in the Room. We're brought to you by Pearl River. That's why we're here right now. So, guys, before we do anything else and get started on what's going to be one of your favorite episodes of this podcast, let me hit the open. All right, there he is, Jake Coker. I'm Mick Gillispie, Elephant in the Room, episode, I don't even know, 150 something. We're doing it live here at Pearl River. Let me hand you a beer, buddy. Look at this. My favorite beer with lime.
That ain't bad.
So what kind of friend I am. You know, you show up, you got a beer waiting on you. Now I'm giving you one out of my personal stash.
I finally feel appreciated around here.
Memorial Day weekend. Did you have a good Memorial Day weekend?
Oh yeah. Just got back from the camp. My daughter's.
Oh, you don't even want the lime?
No, I
don't. Give me that. Can't waste that lime. How hard it was to get those limes. Come on, man.
My daughter.
You don't drink cerveza without a lime.
Ah.
That's all right. I'll do it. I'll double up before I let you just leave it on the table.
Yeah. I'll just be honest. I'm not a germ freak, but the lime on the table at a casino, then putting it in the beer just doesn't mix for me.
Are you kidding me?
Hate to put you down.
Listen. Do you see that I've got a toothpick going through those limes? I mean, are you serious?
It's still on the table.
Are you serious? It's got a tablecloth. Man,
is this your tablecloth?
No, okay. They brought it here. I cannot.
They probably used this as a rug last week. Just got out of the.
What do you think's gonna get? What's gonna happen to me? Am I gonna die in my sleep tonight because I put my limes on the toothpick or on the table?
I don't know. You are sick a lot, so
I'm drawing the line. I take a lot of heat from you. You're the one that's sick all the time. And you know that. Like, you're constantly sick.
No, I got two little ones, though.
Oh, we should blame it on your kid.
Yeah,
we did a show on the other channel.
Hey, you always got to have somebody to point the finger at.
You have done that. We did a show on the other channel, and you blamed your dad for fake news. And now it's your kid's fault that you're sick all the time. You started it. I wasn't going to bring up the fact that you're sick all the time. You did that.
Power through it. You never know. Well, most people don't know it, huh?
Man, I'll tell you, man, being sick is terrible. I cannot stand it. The worst part is like when you, like the day before you get sick, when you're getting sick.
Oh, yeah. And and you're in for a week.
You know what you're thinking? Motherfucker. Your throat starts hurting. Your nose is like you know what I mean? Like you're like this, you're coughing. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cuss on your podcast.
That's what my kids are getting over a sickness right now. My wife,
of course,
coming down with it. Oh yeah, I'm the only one who's made it.
Yeah, for right now until tomorrow. I can't get down for the show.
I know. I told her
I can't. Look, man, I can't do it. Can we do this on Thursday? Oh, you guys don't know. It's all true.
And then I get it. No, bro, I got a baseball game.
I work, man. I work. That's my job. Your job's like, anybody need industrial insurance? That's your guy. That's your guy.
That's right.
Anybody need to hire somebody to describe a baseball game? That's me.
That's right.
Oh, man. But you know what? You're a hell of an industrial insurance.
Thanks, buddy.
People do love you, man. Like, I mean, seriously, like, anytime I'm hanging out, like, you get a lot of props from the people you work with. So
is our buddy Wes coming up? today?
No, he's
No?
down at the beach. He's at his place down at the beach
Gotcha.
with his family. So yeah, I need to catch up with Wes. He came last time. We had a blast here. Yeah, I love Pearl River, man. Like the golf course is fantastic. Dancing Rabbit Golf Course. I mean, and they call it the Augusta you can play. You don't need a membership, but they put millions of dollars into that golf course. And when you roll up here, you're not thinking like, okay, we're coming at you with this golf course. But when you see that golf course, man, it is legitimately good, man.
They've got some. Didn't I want to say Ryan said they had some pretty big tournaments?
Yeah.
I need to get out there and play it. Riding around got me excited.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got to do that while we're hanging out here. But you guys can do it too. We're actually in the Timeout Sports Lounge doing the show. What do you want to bet on? What are you confident in? Like I like betting the horses. Now I got to tell you, Father Carl kind of put me on this. It's totally out of the.
What's his formula? Just knowing the horses.
He just grew up. Yeah, he grew up in Baltimore and like with Pimlico and Timonium racetrack. Like he just would go and just learn, and he pays attention to like the horses. And then he's a priest in Boca, and one of the people that comes to his church owns horses, and like actually he got the name Rushing Falls, which was the horse that came in second in the Derby, I think in 2018 or 19, which is pretty cool. Right?
Father Carl just has the inside scoop.
He's got the scoop, man.
He knows when they're juicing.
He sent me a list of
Dude's got Bob Baffert on speed dial.
Oh, he does. He knows the Bobs. He sent me my list of like horses to bet on in the Preakness. Do you know this? Did I tell you this story?
Yeah,
so bet on the
yeah.
And it was like Gosher. I took Gosher at like, I don't know. I think it was like 19-1.
Did you bet the Kentucky Derby this year?
Yeah, I lost. I came in second. I took 3 horses. I think maybe 4 horses. But the horse that won at the Preakness came in second at the Derby, right? But he didn't have very good. He was the favorite. Journalism. So anyway, the Preakness is happening. I'm watching, and Grosher was like I didn't know anything about Grosher. I was just like, I'm gonna pick one horse that has really good odds, like good being really terrible odds. So if they win, like I'm cashing in. And then all of a sudden, Grosher's up like 8 horse lengths, and I'm like, I'm gonna win. Like I'm counting my money. I'm like, I can't wait to get my money. And then all of a sudden, here comes journalism, like, and it was like how that horse caught up with him just in time to beat him at the. I mean, it's crazy. But I had him too, so it was like hedging your bets. So I went from where I was going to win like I don't know $1,000 or $1,500 to winning like $50. So now I'm ready for the Belmont Stakes, which you could do all that here, but I like horse racing.
You just bet enough to make it worth watching.
Look, what I will say is this: is when we hang out here, is like, don't bet your house, man. Just like pizza money, like it's fun. Like it's like, hey, a night at the movies, or a night at the baseball stadium, or whatever you're doing. It's like the same thing. Like I like to put $100 down. I'll spread it over 5 horses. And then when the race comes on, it's enjoyable. And then the other thing for me is that, Father Carl's such a big part of my life. I like just to be able to talk to him about it. It's kind of like how I got into NASCAR. My grandfather liked NASCAR. And
but if you really want to get the blood flowing,
we need to go.
Bet the mortgage.
I'm not saying that. I've seen you gamble before. You get out on the floor, and I mean, you go over to the ATM, and then I'll see you like they drop all those hundies out to you, and you're like, and the crazy thing is how fast you lose. Like, I know it hurts.
Yeah, you're not bought in unless you go to your card declines.
Oh shit.
Joke. It's a joke.
I know. I'm joking too. Look, it's fun. Like being out here is fun. Like they have an incredible like slot game, between here and Silver Star. Silver Star is the older casino, and then this is the newer one. But I like Silver Star. Like it has like kind of an ambiance in there. And then over here is like kind of the newer place, the Circle Bar, where we're at right now in the sports book.
I'm in some well, yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm in some group chats with some buddies of mine that talked. I got to know them like in my late 20s.
Yeah.
And then I mean, we talk about gambling pretty good bit, and just lines is fun to talk about, and I don't so much anymore put any money on it, but man, you talk to some people and you have no idea, then you get a screenshot of their picks or bets that day, and I can't even imagine watching with that amount of money on the line just on a game. Mind-boggling.
Yeah.
I'd be glued to my seat.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
Which I mean, I get it. I can see how people get addicted to it. There's no doubt about it. But man, losing that kind of money, I would tear my living room apart.
How have you won that?
I'd tear my living room apart.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. I want to tell everybody too, like as you hang out with us here on Elephant in the Room on Cover Crimson, that we got a new radio show on the Floribama not YouTube, iHeartRadio channel. You're a DJ now.
Yeah. If you don't like Toby Keith, you probably won't be a fan. But
I love how it's like we come in. The show's called "I Love This Bar," which is a Toby Keith song. So it's our first song. Well, that's what we're I love this bar. I love this bar. So that's our song. So then the second song, you're like, well, you know what? Blah, blah, blah. And here's some more Toby Keith. Like the number one rule of like DJing, like mix it up. No, we're not mixing it up.
It's like mix it up. And I'm like, well, shit. Courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
Yeah. It's not a song about bars.
Well, I told Mick the first show needs to be top 5 favorite songs, and then I realized there's like 2 to 3 Toby Keith songs in there, and then George Strait, and I was like, man, this isn't beach. this isn't beach music.
I can't wait until we get into like some beach music shows.
Yeah, Floribama, I feel like you got to either play like beach songs or American songs.
Yeah, they love all that stuff. Yep.
One of the two.
All right, let's talk about Kalen DeBoer. Kalen DeBoer at the SEC spring meetings, and he's always like accessible. Like every time Nick Saban came out to talk, you always felt like it was like, all right, I'm going to do this, but I don't want to do this. Like I'm doing this because I got to do it because they're telling me I got to do it, but I don't want to come out here and talk to you guys. I don't like you guys. You're going to make me look bad. You're going to make my team think that they're invincible. And I don't want your rat poison. Kalen DeBoer's like, oh, yeah, let's go, guys. I haven't seen you in a while. Like everybody like neck hugs, high fives. So he comes out there. And that's not a shot at Coach Saban. Look at him now. He's like he's an Emmy award-winning media guy. But, Kalen DeBoer talking about basically his first season at Alabama, dealing with the SEC grind. And it is a grind. Look, when you coach at Washington, I mean, you got a couple tough games, but the schedule is very manageable. When you coach in the SEC, man, it is literally week in and week out a team that could beat you. And Alabama found that out. They lost to Vanderbilt, and they lost to a really shitty Oklahoma team this year. But they also beat Georgia, which was one of the best teams in the country, and the SEC champ.
Well, but it's easy to get up for those big games. I mean, there's nothing a coach is going to say to his players are going to get him any more fired up to play Georgia at home or play Auburn and Bryant-Denny or Auburn anywhere.
Right.
I mean,
Auburn and Tiddlywinks.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can do. You just kind of stay out of the way. But players feed off the coaches, and look, again, I wasn't there for that Vanderbilt week, so I could, it's not like I'm speaking off experience or what I witnessed, but there's a reason why Coach Saban would rip your ass during a week where you knew we were better than the team we were playing, and we should win by a pretty good margin. I mean, like I've said on this podcast, I don't know how many times you restarted practice, everything had to be perfect. And I mean, Coach Saban, he's the ultimate lead by example guy. First one there, last one to leave. You focus no matter who you're playing, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, you play a middle school team, he's gonna want to beat them by 80 points.
Yeah,
you know?
right, right. Well, it's hard. Like the thing about Saban is he's such a perfect leader because nobody's outworking him.
He's got no weaknesses.
Right.
I mean, no weaknesses. And
a lot of us are like, hey, man, we worked a lot. Like, it'd be nice to have a day off. Hey, we left pretty late last night. I'm going to get there a little later to tomorrow, right? Not him.
Yeah, I mean, when winning football games is, I mean, that's the ultimate pleasure for him. I don't think he enjoys anything more than that on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
Like I just picture him like Miss Terry sending him off on the boat for a day, you know, like go relax, chill out. And he's probably one of the few guys that would come back pissed off. Get back to the dock pissed off. Like, I got to get back to the office. I got to do this, do that. You know,
Mike Johnson didn't think he was going to retire. It had to do with the boat. Do you remember this? Mike didn't think he was going to retire. And I said, why? And he goes, he's the only guy I know that drives a boat with khakis on. He's like, what's he going to do? You know, like him riding around with khakis on in the boat. Yeah, I mean, it does say something about the guy. I went out on the boat on Sunday.
How was it? Where'd you go?
I went to a place called Robinson Island.
Oh, heck, was it packed?
Yeah, it was great. It was fun. Got out, swam. Water was great. And then went to the Tiki Bar. Went by the Floribama, but I couldn't dock because there was just so many people. And I'm like, okay, everybody in the boat's like, I'm hungry. I can't wait 5 more minutes here. And so I'm like, all right, well, let me go back to Intercoastal at like 5, miles an hour. And we'll just go ahead and get that 45 minutes out of the way. But the Tiki Bar was great. Have you ever been there, Sportsman's Marina, the Tiki Bar?
Yeah. Well, I've been to
good,
Sportsman's. Man. I've been to that, the Marlin Grill or whatever they call it right there.
I don't know. It's a Tiki Bar. It's a Tiki Bar. Right?
Are you talking about the 2-story outdoor bar and grill right there?
It's like right next to Avenue Pub. It's a Tiki Bar. You ever seen those before? Like,
oh my gosh.
The burger was amazing. Honestly, the food was great. Like I was blown away. And they had a buffet, and I'm like watching everybody like come back from the buffet. Well, I'm like, okay, why didn't I know that they had a buffet? But then there's a part of me that was like, I told the waitress, I was like, thank you for not telling me there's a buffet because I'm losing weight right now. And the last thing I needed to do was go in there. I mean, I'm watching people piling up food like it was like the apocalypse was coming. And I got to get every piece, every morsel on this damn plate before I get out of here. Crawfish and shrimp and, and barbecue, which I don't like. And just raw. 2 plates full. Are you a big buffet guy?
No. I can't remember the last time I've been to a buffet. I think it was up in Jackson, Alabama a few years ago.
What kind of buffet was it?
I don't even remember.
Have you ever been to a Chinese buffet?
Oh yeah. Now that's a
different story.
That's something I'll entertain.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
The late great Big Sexy Omo and I used to talk about doing a Chinese buffet YouTube channel. I can let the
man, y'all are really gonna mix it up, huh?
Hey, the whole concept was this: like we dress up like the guys from Mortal Kombat. You know what I'm talking about? Like wear like a gi, like the hat with the like the big round hat
being
with the pointy thing on.
Panda suits.
We probably did that. That's like life's so boring now without him. Those were the kind of conversations we would have. Because I love the Chinese buffet. I'm not afraid of the buffet like you. I know you're germophobic.
Oh my gosh!
Want to eat anything off the buffet? Look, I have you ever had General's chicken?
No, I haven't.
You have not had General Sal's chicken? Okay. Have you ever had crab wontons before?
I mean, I know I have. I probably had it all. I just don't know what
you
it was
don't know
called.
the names of
Yeah.
it. Yeah. You've probably never heard of egg roll before. You're the guy that goes into the buffet and eats pizza. Like I always see, like, why they have pizza in here? Because have you ever, when you go to like a really big Chinese buffet and they got pizza, you're like, what are we doing?
How often you hitting those Chinese buffets?
Not lately. Look at me, but I'm telling you, like there was a few years ago where I was like on the attack. There's some of them that I've seen crawfish.
I feel like I've seen that too.
Yeah, like, and I'm thinking to myself, like, all right, who in the hell is coming in here for these crawfish?
Yeah. Crawfish is a grab and go type thing. You know,
yeah.
Buy them by the pound and leave.
I don't mean this in a look. I'm looking for Louisiana people when I'm looking crawfish. I'm not looking for Chinese people. I mean, oh my God. No, I mean I'm serious. Like I'm looking for I'm looking for like a guy that's got like X's in his name.
It's got an in Dro.
Yeah, like where you're like, I don't really know how to pronounce that. Oh, it's Bo, but it's got all these extra letters in this. And you know that he's going to have spicy crawfish, and somehow they're going to put mustard in there. And you're like, what are we doing with all this? Oh, okay, I see that. Not the case at the buffet, but you go General Tso's chicken, you go orange chicken, you go like anything with the fried rice. I like the fried rice. I love the wontons. Anyway, where are we doing right now? We're so off course. Can I ask you a question about football? Would you mind?
What you got?
What do you think about college football switching its selection rules? Where they're going to actually like look at the standings, like the rankings this year, instead of just throwing all these losers into like where they're getting buys.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was perfect last year until it happened.
They only lost to BYU by 2. They won all the rest of their games.
And Clemson shouldn't have been in, but we're going to put the team in that lost to them.
Right. We lost. We beat SMU, and they belong in. But forget about the team that beat Georgia, that kicked our ass.
Or Ole Miss.
Yeah, or Ole Miss, right.
Or the 3 teams that were better than them.
Yeah, right. Or 5 or whatever.
I don't know, man. I don't know if they'll ever get it right. I would imagine they're just going to expand it because why not?
Yeah, right.
I thought 12 was too many.
I did it first, but now I'm like, if because the committee stinks so much, like just put everybody in that belongs. So I mean, if it's 16, then it's 16. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like now at this point, like you're already letting teams in. SMU didn't belong in last year; they got in. You know?
The problem with the committee is they're just so afraid of backlash. They try to just fix it every year and deal with public sentiment. It should be the best teams, not the most deserving. Yeah, right. It is what it is. When there's no conferences and there's no quantifiable rules, I mean, it's all qualitative.
Yeah.
And you just pick the best teams. And everybody knows. I mean, I'm sorry. Everybody knows. It is what it is. You can't sit there and tell me that SMU, they belong after losing to Clemson.
No, they didn't belong.
And I'm trying to think who their most meaningful. What was their biggest win last year? Because I don't remember.
I'm going to go through it.
And I would be, and look,
it's terrible, but I mean,
and look, I would be. I'm all about if the rules.
They beat BYU. Oh no, they lost to them. I'm sorry. They beat Florida State. Oh, they won 2 games. I don't know. Like Louisville, like they didn't have any wins. They beat Duke by 1. They beat Boston College by 10. Like these were, and if Bama had the schedule, they would have ran it.
Well, I mean, let's see. How many did they? It's kind of when you watch these teams that barely win, or win by 1, 2, and I'm not looking at their schedule, so I don't know. But you can say that teams learn how to win, understand how to win, but teams that dominate are better teams.
Right.
I mean, you hang in there with a bad schedule.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not building a resume there,
No.
in my opinion.
Right.
I mean, gosh, back in the heyday, Alabama was just dominating, running through people, and there was no doubt who was winning the national championship.
Well, that's why the SEC hasn't, like, with Alabama not being like super dominant. The SEC's definitely not as super dominant as it was. Like they got a lot of credit for being the most dominant conference because Alabama was there every year. And then once in a while, LSU might slip in, or an Auburn might slip in, or Alabama would win again. And then, who else? Did anybody else slide in there? Am I missing somebody? Right? It was like Alabama and everybody else.
Yeah.
But, the year that LSU won, like they won. I mean, like they came through. They took care of business. Them beating Alabama was kind of putting them. They had Joe Burrow, the Heisman Trophy winner. Auburn had Cam Newton, right? But I mean, if you got past Alabama in the SEC, you were good. Like you get to the
teams that beat Alabama in those years, they just had the players that made up for Coach Saban's just discipline and leadership.
Right.
I mean, that kind of consistency. I mean, he had the players, and then he had a well-oiled machine that played good football.
Yeah.
And then you get, again, LSU that year, you got Joe Burrow and all those receivers. I mean, it was just an all-star team.
It was.
And they had Joe Brady.
Yeah, Joe Brady was a great coordinator.
And then who else was Auburn? I mean, Cam Newton.
Yeah.
That guy, that's the freakiest.
You love him. As a player. I mean, you just appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, I met him my junior year in high school, and I was like, this guy looked like aliens built him.
Like Bo Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, it was, I've never seen anybody like it, with that kind of body. I mean, Derek was physically, I mean, he fit the bill, and then OJ Howard, but Cam was bigger, taller. And he was bigger than both of them.
Yeah. Roback.com, guys, promo code ROOM20. Father's Day's coming. I'm telling you right now, I'm getting another Roback shirt using that promo code ROOM20. You guys take advantage of it as well. Some really cool Alabama styles at Roback.com right now. I'm looking through and I'm like, man, I kind of like this one with the waves. I like this one with the little Bryant Denny stadiums. Like, and then I think of you, like you're the biggest Roback guy I know. I mean, we finally get a chance to hang with Jalen Milroe, and you had at the mullet toss 2 years ago, right out of the chute, like, hey, can you get me some free Roback gear? I'm like, we got 20% off. You don't need free.
He stiffed me too.
He looked at me like, I'm not giving this guy anything.
Yeah. Well, after I threw the mullet further than him, I think it kind of,
yeah,
put a bad taste in his mouth.
I know. You threw a bomb 2 years ago.
He wasn't ready.
No.
You weren't ready either, were you?
I had you, and I let you off the hook. One of the most disappointing throws of my life. And everybody wants to watch the video, too. Like, the fish, so I was told go deep in the box and get a fish that was still frozen because you can throw it farther. So I did that. Little did I know that the fish was going to explode in my hand, because a normal throw for me would have been really close to you. I don't know if I'd have beat you, but like, I've never had that happen before. I'm always like between 120 and 130. Like, I'm pretty consistent in that zone. You were like 118. I could have beaten that.
I don't think I was that bad.
You were. That's not bad. I mean, it's a pretty good. That was one of the better throws of the day. But my fish was disqualified. It landed on a lady. I saw her like wiping the guts off of her shirt. Like, and I was so disappointed that I lost to you. I apologized. I said, hey, I'm really sorry, as I picked that fish.
We need to get Roback to send her something.
She needs some Roback gear. It was terrible. Watching you squirm there, and I knew if and I was thinking, like, I didn't just want to win. this is where I went wrong. Is I didn't want to just beat you. I wanted to just like bomb one, and where it was like not even close. And I know if I got it the right way, I could do that.
Just can't handle that moment, you know. Just couldn't handle the moment.
I couldn't. Honestly, I couldn't. I shanked it, and I'm not talking about our good buddy Shank. I'm talking about woo. I'm not talking about meat Shank. I'm talking about a errant throw Shank. People are like, man, what did we get into on this show today? Well, you got a 20% off code for Father's Day, room 20 on at Roback.
So who's the baseball team playing?
Yeah, let's talk some baseball. And we're gonna try to get Matt Perkins on, who is a huge Southern Miss baseball fan and was with us when we did the baseball preview show when Alabama played Southern Miss earlier this year in Tuscaloosa. But Bama's a number 2 seed, and they're playing at the Southern Miss Regional, which is a very winnable regional, right? I mean, Southern Miss, Sun Belt team, Bama beat them earlier this year in Tuscaloosa, right? But Miami's there, so Bama's got to play Miami on Friday. Southern Miss plays Columbia, and then Saturday the winners will meet, and you hope that it's Alabama. But I feel like Alabama is one of those teams. They're dangerous. Like they could get on a run and win and basically win 6 games and get to the College World Series. I mean, like 6 in a row, meaning, and then maybe they might need more if they get in the losers bracket. But
we look better than we looked last year.
Yeah, I think we're definitely improving.
I feel like our new coaches. I think he's getting his feet on the ground.
Yeah,
I think it's starting to make sense. Seems like we got better. We hit better. We throw a pitch better. I feel like we got that mentality that's a little bit better than last year. The Tennessee game wasn't too good, but at least we didn't quit. You know.
Yeah. Well, it's 15-10. They get to host, right? And we're like one of the first teams out of hosting. But the SEC's tough. I think SEC baseball is. I know this is crazy, but I think winning the SEC baseball tournament is just about as hard as winning the College World Series. And I don't mean that in a way. Basically, what I'm saying is that the teams are just as good. And I mean that. That doesn't mean that the SEC is going to keep winning. And they've won a ton of these lately. But I just think that the talent in the SEC is better than the teams that they're going to play in the NCAA tournament. Period. And I think that's why it's tougher to win. And they win every year, right? I mean, every year it's an SEC team. LSU, Ole Miss, Mississippi State. Is
LSU good this year?
LSU's not. They're okay. 13 out of the 16 SEC teams made the tournament.
Good Lord, who didn't make it?
Missouri, terrible. Missouri stinks.
Mississippi State, did they make it?
Yes, they actually got on a run. They fired their coach and won 9 out of 10, but then they kind of slid back a little bit.
Because they're not as good this year as they have been.
No.
Yeah. A&M, they didn't make it this year either. Is that right?
No, you're gonna ask me now.
Yeah, okay, my bad.
No,
I thought you were a baseball guy.
I am. Just let me see what we got here. All right, so Vanderbilt is a 1 seed, and then that feeds into that is the Alabama regional that we were just talking about. Well, really, it's the Hattiesburg regional. Bama's in there with Miami, Columbia, and Southern Miss. State ended up as a seed in the Tallahassee regional. I think they're the 3 seed there. Florida is a 2 seed in the Conway regional, which is, look at this one. You got East Carolina, Coastal Carolina, Fairfield, and Florida. You know what I mean? Like Coastal Carolina is really good. I mean, I know they are, but Florida could easily come out of that. And then Auburn's hosting, NC State, Stetson, and Central Connecticut. Now, and on the other side of things, Texas is hosting, Remember, they went out and stole Texas A&M's coach.
How do the regionals work? If you win your conference, do you automatically have an automatic berth to a regional?
Yeah, if you win the conference, yeah. But I mean, if you win the tournament, you do. But you got Ole Miss hosting, Georgia Tech, Murray State, Western Carolina. Georgia's hosting, Duke.
I didn't know Georgia was good. Are they usually pretty good?
Yeah, I mean, they're up and down. Binghamton and Oklahoma State. Oh yeah, LSU's hosting as a number 6 national seed. So they had a decent year at the end. Little Rock, Rhode Island, and DBU, and then Clemson with Kentucky there. Kentucky's one of those teams that could ruin that. They're a 3 seed in that Clemson regional. They lead the league in getting hit by the pitch, and they bunt and they steal. They're just a pain in your ass. They're a tough team. Knoxville, Tennessee. This was the one that they're the 14 seed. Bama could have gotten that. I think if Bama beat them, they'd be in this spot. But the defending champs got Wake Forest, Cincinnati, and Miami, Ohio. And then Arkansas is a host, the number 3 seed, with North Dakota State, Kansas, and Creighton. And Kansas is dangerous for them.
Creighton, huh?
Yeah, but Kansas and Arkansas, they're like weird. Like, it's weird. It's kind of a weird rivalry.
Yeah.
Baseball, Arkansas is at a disadvantage, and in basketball, Kansas is, because it's like weird that they don't like each other.
I could see it.
Because there's like border states.
Kind of similar. Yeah, similar.
We're Arkansas,
schools.
And we're Kansas, and you're Kansas. Arkansas or Kansas? Which one?
I'd take Arkansas.
You love talking about playing them in football.
That's a tough school, man. It's the culture over there.
Yeah.
There's power in being serious about football, but not really caring if you win or lose.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say not caring, but
I know what you mean.
But
nothing.
But
not
to thinking about the scoreboard.
Nothing to lose.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I got you. Well, look, guys, thanks for hanging out with us on another great episode of Elephant in the Room. Surprising that we've been able to keep this thing together for so long, but we're rolling, and we're down here at Pearl River Resort. We really appreciate everybody for making us feel at home here. We're going to go to Philip M's Steakhouse here soon and grab us a steak. I don't know about you, but have you ever had that tomahawk cut of meat before?
The old tomahawk ribeye?
Oh, I'm going for one of those. Call it the Braves.
Yeah, that's right.
But you guys can do the same thing and swing over here. Try the chowder if you go to Philip M Steakhouse. You got what it really is an amazing golf course. Dancing Rabbit, the Azaleas, the Oaks, 2 awesome courses. You don't need a membership. Just wear your gear and go and make a reservation. Go check it out. It's the Augusta you can play, but they put millions of dollars into it. It's a great course. We're in the sports book right now. And it's been a steady flow to the kiosks. I got to tell you, people have been having a good time betting. All the games are on TV right now, and we're watching them. And you can do the same thing. But they got international, national sports, all the major sport leagues, the NBA, finals. You got the NHL, what they're doing, Major League Baseball, all that stuff here. So and for me, horse racing. But anyway, thank you guys for hanging out. We'll do it again soon. We've kept this thing going, and we'll keep it going again. But subscribe, and like that little banner says, say Roll Tide with a thumbs up.
Roll Tide.
Let's go.